Today, we'll be taking a look at the user interface on this LG gas dryer. Be sure to visit ApplianceVideo.com, where you will find thousands of repair videos on the latest technology. And for a limited time, you can save big on an annual membership and take advantage of all of our premium benefits. ApplianceVideo.com. Do it right the first time. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for the proper voltage. Remember to also turn off the gas. You will need the following tools to complete this repair. To begin, you must first remove the top. In order to do so, there are 3 Phillips screws that will need to be removed. Let's take these out. Then we'll have to pop this cover off. What you do is flex in, just start to lift up. Set it aside. Go ahead and take these screws off. Then, to remove your top, put pressure on the top, slide it back and forth, and lift up. And finally, set the top to the side. Now that that's set aside, the next thing we'll want to do is remove the control panel here. To do so, first we will unhook the wiring harness. It is just a pinch locking tab. Remove that. We will use a Phillips screwdriver to remove. There are 2 screws, one on each edge of the control console here. Next, to remove the actual piece itself, there are small locking squares on the top. And what you'll want to do is find where each one of these are and flex up on the plastic right there and pull forward. And once you get all of them, you can see it will start to disattach. Gently pull out, pull your wiring out, and set the control panel to the side. Now that we have the console removed, we have clear access to our user interface assembly here. Now, the main reason why you'd be replacing this is if some of the buttons do not work. This is an adaptive touch, so it doesn't exactly push in. If these do not work, of course, you have a bad UI. If your rotator knob here stops working, of course, you have a bad UI. You can always check the connections on the back, but usually what I find is if those are malfunctioning, you're probably going to have to replace it. Now, to replace it, first let's remove this Molex that was connected to the board. Set that to the side. We'll flip it over, pull off straight, take your knob off. Now we have a couple of Phillips screws that have to be taken out on the UI itself. And then to remove it, you actually have to pull it forward like this because there's a little bar on the bottom that kind of attaches it. So pull it forward and pop it out of that bar, pull it out, and set it to the side. When installing your new UI, we're going to install it the same way that we took it out. We're going to start with that bar. So let's get it lined up and let's flip that bar in and lock it in place. And then drop that portion down. You will have to make sure the knob portion slides in and lift it up a little bit before we start putting in the screws. We want to start on this side because if not, the knob is going to push it from being flush when you set it on the ground. There we go. Now let's install the rest of the screws. Okay, let's plug in the white portion of your Molex into the UI, followed by reinstalling your knob. There is a flat spot in the knob itself, and you'll see the shaft has a flat spot in it, so it can only go on one way. Push it down to clip it in place. Now we can reinstall the console. When reinstalling our console, first we will reinstall the wiring through here. Next, you will line it up. It will drop down into the front portion. Once you get it there, push back and make sure it snaps in. We will reinstall our 2 screws. Bring in our harness and reinstall it to the control. Now we can reinstall the top. When reinstalling the top, you have 4 white pins that are lifted up. These will go inside the holes on the top. So we will drop it about midway, set it down flat and push it forward. All of our screw holes should line up. Let's bring back in our screws and our cover. What we'll do first is just reinstall the 2 on the ends. When reinstalling your plate, you will slide these portions into the metal down here, the hooks into the metal at the top. So slide it in. Now when you are pushing this in, you will have to flex the metal down in order to get this to pass. Slide it in. We'll get the hooks in. Reinstall our screw. And this will complete the repair. Thank you for watching another quality video from ApplianceVideo.com. If you found this video helpful, make sure you click the like and subscribe to our channel.